If you're watching this video right now, there's a good chance you've either read this book or you've read this book. You know, both of these books, Millionaire Fastlane, 4 Hour Work Week, both of these books, they both have changed my life for the better. Like, I don't know where I'd be if I haven't read these books. But if you read these books, you know about the rat race. And essentially, rat race is how, like, you're not supposed to actually grind out all your life, like 20, 40 years of your life hustling, saving every penny, not buying coffee, not spending money on, like, the higher quality. If there's a gas station that's like 10 cents cheaper but it's like 50 miles away, you'll go to that one, so you'll save that 10 cents instead of going to the gas station down the street that's like 30 cents more expensive. So it's definitely like a wake up call, realizing that, I don't want to be rich when I'm old, bro. Like when I'm 80 years old, I don't want to be rich because money's going to be so useless to me at that point because I can't use any of it. What am I supposed to do with money when I'm 80 years old, when I'm laying on my deathbed and I have $3 million in my bank account? Are you thinking that money is going to make me happy? And so everybody wants to escape the rat race now. Everybody's trying to become like a TikToker. Everybody wants to be a YouTuber. Everybody wants to pop off of Instagram or something, pop off of social media just so they can start working from home, start not having to go to like a physical job, not having to work a 9 to 5, living life, having fun, enjoying themselves, having money too on the side, not having to worry about any financial stress, taking care of their parents, taking care of their families. If you skip the rat race, bro, you're still a rat. It doesn't change a thing. You're still a rat at the end of the day. What are you gonna do about it? Around like the holidays during 2020, PS5s dropped, Xboxes dropped, all these new consoles came out. Nobody could get their hands on it because they're like $500, but people are buying them all out and selling them for like $1,000. I was one of them. I was making so much money just buying PS5s, bro. Just reselling PS5s. Not even doing any work, bro. Like, I'll have people buy the PS5s for me and I'll pay them like $50. And they'll buy the PS5, they'll ship it to my house, and I'll have people come to my doorstep the next day and buy it for twice the amount. So I finally got this sense of like, yo, I'm escaping the rat race now, bro. I'm making twice the amount of money I was making at my old job in half the amount of time. So it was like a really like eye opener, bro. Realizing like, yo, money is so easy to be made. Like money really isn't that hard to make, bro. If you're a young adult and you're stressing about money, why? Ask yourself, why do you need the money so bad? Are you trying to like buy an apartment? Are you trying to get a new car? Are you trying to like rent out an Airbnb in like Italy or something, or Paris or something? If these are like your goals, then you've already lost, bro, because you want to escape the rat race, but you want to buy all these materialistic items that are just gonna drain your money. And then you're gonna have to keep working more just to like compensate for it, just to get your money back, bro. Like if you spend $5,000 and you make $1,000 an hour, you're gonna have to spend 5 hours just to get that money back. That's a little bit of exaggeration because most people watching this aren't making $1,000 an hour. I mean, you're not making $1,000 an hour. So to get the money back that you work so hard to make, and you spend it all on cars, all on clothes, all on shit that's so pointless, that doesn't even make you happy. What difference does that make from like working a regular job? All you've done is just remove the term like employee, made yourself self-employed, but you're still a slave to your job. How is that financial freedom if you have to work your business, if you have to show up every single day at work in order to make money? Otherwise, you're gonna go broke because your expenses are high as hell. You see what I mean? It's like you're trying to escape. You're trying to escape this cycle. You're trying to bring generational wealth to your kids, but you spend money on irrelevant shit. That's not going to do that. That's going to do the opposite. It's gonna make your kids broke. It's gonna make them wonder like, why are you spending all this money on shit that doesn't even feed them, bro? Like your kids don't want designer clothes, bro. Your kids don't want like fancy shit. They just want to eat and they just want their parents, bro. Like what else do kids want? There's this concept I learned from Alex Hormozy where he was talking about the infinite game against the finite game. And basically what the infinite and finite game are or is that the person who is trying to end something is always going to lose compared to somebody who's just trying to survive. You know, he used the example of like the war, the Vietnam War, where like the US soldiers, they're just trying to win and go back home. They got this mindset thinking, yeah, we're gonna beat the Vietnamese, then we're gonna go back home and we're gonna celebrate and we're gonna have drinks and we're gonna have a fun time after this. The Vietnamese, however, they're just trying to stay alive. They don't even care about what happens after. They're just thinking about the present, about the war, that they need to survive by all means. And who do you think won? Why do you think we lost the Vietnamese War? Because we've had the mindset that it's going to end and that we're going to be happy afterwards. Likewise, you know, every single time I lost weight, I've always gained it back, just because, you know, my main concern wasn't to be healthy or anything. My main concern was to lose like 20 pounds. And so once I've lost those 20 pounds, the game is over. So I have nothing else to do for that. Like, I don't have a reason to keep losing weight or like maintaining weight and shit. And so I'll just end up gaining it all back. Same way, if your goal is to be healthy, you wouldn't stop when you lost 20 pounds. You wouldn't stop if you gained 30 pounds, for that matter. Like, if you're just trying to be healthy, you're going to stay consistent far longer than somebody who wants to stay, or like somebody who wants to lose like 10 pounds, because you're in it for the long run. You're in it for the infinite game while they're in it for the finite game. And so when you're chasing money in the rat race, trying to make 10K a month, like, that's a good goal, bro. Like, I want you to be financially successful. I want you to be able to retire your parents, take care of your parents, do whatever you wanted to do with the money that you finally have. But the thing is, if you're only making money just to make money, just to make 10K a month so that you have the status symbol next to your name saying that, like, you know what, I make this much amount of money, I'm like the top 1% of man. If you're only doing it just for that label, bro, you're going to lose all the money you've made. Because you're only in it just for the money. You're not in it for like the long run and shit. If the goal is financial freedom, if the goal is to retire your parents, if the goal is to live a happy, healthy, wealthy lifestyle, the goal is to stop working a shitty job that you hate. You hate working at McDonald's. You hate having to wake up at 8 a.m., having to sit in traffic for an hour just to get to work, clock in, clock out 8 hours later, stick another hour in traffic, then come back home around like 6-7 o'clock. You know, you gotta eat, you work out for like half an hour, next thing you gotta go to sleep and wake up again. And so you hate this cycle, so you want to leave this shitty job. If that's the goal, then nothing will change. If you start a business and you're making 10 times the amount of money you were making before, but you still feel miserable, because the money's not gonna change it. The money's not gonna make you happy, and I've tried, bro. Another point I want to make about the rat race is that if you make money, you're going to have to spend it. So you're going to have to keep making more money to compensate for it. You know, not everybody wants to buy the cars, but wants to, like, you know, they want to like travel to Dubai, get like a 10K apartment, $10,000 a month apartment and shit. I get that a lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people are starting to wake up. You're probably like thinking that it's not worth it either. But the thing is, even if you don't want to do that, you're still going to have to spend money. You're still going to have to buy food. And there's like varying levels to this shit too. Like for the food you buy, the clothes you wear and shit. Like you can buy like the cheapest food, like the processed shit, like all the carbs and shit, and like save a lot of money buying like the cheapest food just to like feed yourself. Or you can like splurge out a little bit and get like higher quality foods, like grass-fed butter, grass-fed beef and shit like that. It's gonna cost you a little extra, but it's like your health is gonna improve too. And so like you have to always spend money. When you have like an abundance of money, then it really doesn't even matter, because like if you have like hundreds and thousands of dollars to spend on shit, then it's like really there's no point of worrying about it. But how are you gonna get to that point? How are you gonna get to the point of having hundreds of thousands of dollars without working, bro? Because, you know, people think that when they escape the rat race, right, they don't have to work anymore. I have a friend who's always telling me that he's gonna escape the rat race. He's gonna retire his family and build generational wealth for his children. But the dude doesn't want to work a regular job. He doesn't want to work a 9 to 5. He doesn't want to do that. He would rather lie to the government and get government benefits, get like food stamps and shit. EBT just so he can get free food, like free $500 just to spend on food, not having to work or anything. If you do something like that, you're just disrespecting yourself as a man. Because as a man, your purpose is to work, bro. We've been conditioned to think that 40 hours a week is full time. 40 hours is nothing, bro. 40 hours is like 3 days of work. You have like half the week left. What do you mean you're only gonna work 40 hours a week? It's okay to work like a 9 to 5. Like everybody wants to demonize working 9 to 5s, when 9 to 5s are the backbone of our country, bro. Without these 9 to 5 like blue collar workers, bro, you wouldn't have like the buildings around you and shit, bro. Like you want to spend all your time driving cars. Who you think built these cars, bro? You want to go to like live in a nice apartment. Who you think built these apartments, man? It's like 9 to 5s are so disrespected nowadays, and it's like ridiculous, bro. Like, yeah, like, okay, like there's a difference between like working a 9 to 5 making $8 an hour at McDonald's compared to like working a 9 to 5 and making $200,000 a year at Google or something. You know, there's levels to this shit. But the thing is that like people want to categorize all 9 to 5s as bad, saying that, oh, if you work a 9 to 5, you're selling your soul to the devil and shit, and you're just stuck in the rat race and shit, and you have no common sense. It's like, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. It's not that serious, bro. Like, if you really are down bad for money, go work a 9 to 5. That's the fastest way you can make $10,000 if you want to start a business that bad. You want to escape the rat race, go work a 9 to 5, bro. You're designed to work as a masculine man. You're supposed to be working to provide for your wife, to provide for your children, provide for your people. Because I've tried, bro, like when I was selling these PS5s, I would be like, yo, I just made the same amount of money I was making on my other job, so I don't have to work anymore. So you know what I did? I kept one of those PS5s I was selling. I hooked it up. I bought a new TV. I bought a new desk. I bought a new monitor. I bought a new laptop. All of a sudden, my money's all gone, but at least I'm enjoying my life, right? Because I made a lot of money. I escaped the rat race for like 2 minutes, and now I can enjoy my life. But it doesn't work like that, because I was miserable for like 2 months after that, realizing that, bro, I just spent like $10,000 in 3 days. How the fuck does that happen? Because you get brainwashed by like the media and shit, saying that you need to buy that, you need to buy this to be happy, you need to have the Rolex to show that you have status, because without the Rolex, without the AP, you're a bum, and that means nothing to anybody who else has these, because and people are gonna look down on you. So it's like these little mind shift changes that you have to make. You can't let other people's desires dictate your life, persuading you to want to buy some shit that you probably didn't even want to buy. Like the best example of this are rappers, bro. You know, rappers imposing their lifestyles on you, and like it's tough, because this is the one thing that I still struggle with, bro. Like I'll still like I live in the fucking suburbs of Dallas, and I'll ride around listening to like Lil Durk talking about murdering people and shit. It's so fucking filthy and degenerate, and I've like cut down on it a lot. Like I really don't listen to as much music as I used to. That being said, though, like it's still bad, like regardless of how you look at it. Like rappers will be talking about like the jewelry and shit, the diamond watches, the diamond necklaces, the diamond rings and shit, having like 5 different models in their beds every night, going to Cancun, going to Dubai and shit, just to like have fun and splurge. Now all of a sudden you see that and you're like, yo, I want to be like a rapper too. So you start rapping and trying to blow up. Or you see Andrew Tate talking about like escaping the Matrix, and now you're trying to warn everybody to escape the Matrix too, when it's like, bro, the Matrix isn't going anywhere. You can't escape. You could be painting or something, you know? You can be like an author. But because you watch like Andrew Tate shorts about getting rich and escaping the Matrix, now instead of spending your money on like arts and crafts that you really wanted to do, you could have been like the world's most famous painter. Instead of that, you want to spend $50 on Hustlers University and learn how to do copywriting and shit. Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? And it's like, we want to be successful, don't get me wrong. I want everybody to be successful, to be able to be financially independent so that they don't need to worry about money at all. But you don't want to sacrifice your life too, your happiness, your mental health. Because without your mental health, you can't even work. Now, how are you supposed to make the money you wanted to make when you can't work? Because once you fix your mental health, bro, I'm telling you, 40 hours a week is nothing. Once you fix your mental health, once you become the masculine man you're supposed to be, working 40 hours a week is a cakewalk, bro. Like, you can work 40 hours a week and you'll be like, bro, I want more work. And once you're at that level, once you're at the stage where 40 hours a week is nothing, regardless if it's a 9 to 5 or if it's your own business that you're doing, you can take on more work and destroy your fucking competition at that point, bro. Because the average person, the average man isn't wanting to work more than 40 hours a week. The average man doesn't even want to work. I don't remember the exact statistics, but something that said the majority of men in the USA are on drugs constantly and they're unemployed. This is your competition. If you fix your mental health, bro, you become the masculine man you're supposed to be. You can work a 9 to 5 and you can still be happy. You can have a business online making you thousands of dollars a month, working maybe 5 hours a week, but you're gonna be so bored unless you're doing more work. Because if your goal is to escape the rat race with a shit ton of money, not having to do anything the rest of your life, bro, then you've already lost, bro. You're going to be so miserable, bro. And you're going to end up using this money as a crutch to hide the fact that you're miserable. You're going to be splurging, bro. Whether it's drugs, whether it's women, whether it's food, bro. Whatever it is, bro. You're going to use this money that you've worked so hard for. You're going to spend it all. Just as fast as you made it.